This episode is a part 2 of what hats not to wear in LA and LA County. LA County has numerous cities. Within all the cities has several gangs. With many gangs being in different cities, a lot of gangs wear the same hats. So in certain cities, some hats mean different things. In the first part, I broke down mostly South Central gangs. In this part, I'm going to go into some hats and apparel at gangs in Long Beach, Compton, and Inglewood. So now I'm going to take you back to the New York Yankee hat. This hat is worn all over. If you go to Compton, it's worn by the Nutty Block Compton Crips. They are a well-known set in Compton, and they have a lot of rivals. So in Compton, this hat ain't cool either. The Atlantic Drive Compton Crips rock the Atlanta Braves hat. They are aligned with the Nutty Blocks, but also the Southside Compton Crips. The Southsides are a well-known Crip gang from their beats with the Power Rules, who were a part of the label Death Row in the 90s. And also Orlando Anderson being from Southside. Orlando Anderson is suspected of killing Tupac. The Southside Compton Crips wear the Seattle Manners hat to rep Southside. As you can see, it's a different meaning than South Central. The Kansas City Royals hat is worn by the Kelly Park Compton Crips. This is the area that Eazy-E was born and raised. Now the Florida Marlins hat, this is worn by the Front Hood Compton Crips. By the South Central, multiple gangs wear this hat. Like I told you before in part 1, this is probably one of the worst hats to wear in South Central, because multiple gangster Crip gangs wear this hat, also the A-Tray Hoobers, and a Tongan gang called TCG. But in Compton, this hat is worn by the Track New Park Compton Crips. This area got spotlight shined on it with the help of rapper MC8. Now that was some of the Crip sets in Compton, now let me give you some of the Power Rules. Outside of all Power Rules using the Philly P's to represent Power Rule, other Power Rule sets have individual hats to represent their hood. Westside Power Rules in Compton, they wear the Washington Nationals hat and apparel. Just like how the Texas Ranger hat is worn in LA by the 20 Bloods in red, even though a lot of Crip sets wear it, it's the same thing in Compton. The Texas Ranger hat is also worn by the Treetop Power Rules. You might have heard of this set from rappers like DJ Quick, and of course YG. Also another well-known Power Rule set is the Luda Park Power Rules. They rock the St. Louis Cardinals hat. Now let's talk about Inglewood. Inglewood is known for a lot of blood and Power Rule sets. It's a few Crip sets, but they're extremely outnumbered by the Power Rules and Bloods. Like I said before, the Yankees hat got a lot of people wearing it. In Inglewood, the hat is worn by the neighborhood Power Rules. Now another Power Rule set in Inglewood will be the Avenue Power Rules. The Avenue Power Rules wear Angel apparel. Now this hat, this is worn by the Inglewood Family Gangster Bloods. I would never wear this hat in LA. They're one of the biggest blood gangs in LA County, but they're also one of the most hated. They got beef with a lot of gangs, including the neighborhood car, and that's one of the biggest cars in LA. So they got a lot of people beefing with them, so if you got some sense, or you don't want the sense knocked out your head, don't wear that hat. Now that was some of the Inglewood gangs. Now let's get into Long Beach. Gang politics, hats and apparel, depends on what city you in. But in Long Beach, this is considered the all Crip city. Now in Long Beach, the Baby Insanes wear the Cleveland Indian gear. The Baby Insanes is a younger generation of the Insane Crips. The Insane Crips also wear Raiders gear and Yankees gear. Now their rivals, the Rolling 20 Crips. They're known for Steelers gear. They're also one of the most well-known Long Beach gangs, and probably the most popular worldwide with the help of Snoop Dogg being from there and being a superstar rapper. Now the 19th Street Crips wear New Orleans Saints gear. The Rolling 80 Crips from the west side of Long Beach, they wear Dallas Cowboy apparel. This hat has came up in this video. This hat is worn at Long Beach by the Sons of Samoa, a Samoan Crip gang. Now going into some Asian gangs. The Asian boys use multiple hats with A's to represent themselves, like the Atlanta Braves hat and the Oakland A's. Now the TRGs, they're one of the Asian boys' main rivals. They wear Raider gear. Now this will conclude this part 2. If you haven't already, check out my previous videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.